Have you ever caught a glimpse of someone and thought they looked older than their years, but couldn't quite put your finger on why? We all know the obvious signs of aging, but what about those subtle, almost unspoken habits that can add years to your appearance? Well, you're in the right place. In this video, we're going to reveal 7 surprising aging habits that might be making you look older than you actually are. And more importantly, we'll share how to fix them before it's too late. If you're watching this video, comment great below. We love to hear from you. Let's dive right in, starting with a habit many overlook, but can significantly impact your perceived age. 1. Neglecting personal grooming. One of the primary things individuals observe, yet rarely mention, is when someone ceases to prioritize their personal appearance. As we mature, it can become effortless to disregard minor aspects like tidying nails, maintaining neat hair, or ensuring our attire is fresh and unwrinkled. The challenge lies in the cumulative effect of these seemingly insignificant details, which can collectively portray an image of being older, more fatigued, or even less approachable. Consider a scenario involving Elizabeth, a vibrant 79-year-old from Chicago who was once admired for her impeccable style. Over time, she gradually stopped paying attention to trimming her eyebrows, allowed her hair to become unruly, and consistently wore the same few comfortable but worn-out outfits. Her family and friends noticed these changes, but out of politeness, no one voiced their observations. It wasn't until Elizabeth saw a recent photograph of herself that she realized the extent of the transformation. Inspired, she decided to get a fresh haircut, have her eyebrows professionally shaped, and invest in a few new, stylish pieces for her wardrobe. The transformation was remarkable. She instantly felt more invigorated, stood with better posture, and noticed a more positive response from those around her. The truth is, when grooming standards decline, it impacts more than just physical appearance. It influences how others perceive your vitality and self-assurance. Research indicates that individuals who feel well-groomed tend to carry themselves with greater confidence, projecting an image of engagement and dynamism. Untidy hair, overgrown nails, and even neglecting basic skincare can contribute to an older and more withdrawn appearance than one might actually feel. So, what's the solution? Keep it uncomplicated. Consistent haircuts, neatly trimmed nails, and wearing clean, well-fitting clothes can make a substantial difference in your presentation. If skincare hasn't been a priority, incorporating a basic moisturizer and lip balm can combat dryness and flakiness, helping you look and feel more revitalized. For those with facial hair, keeping it neatly trimmed can instantly elevate your look. Remember, you don't need to spend excessive time on grooming. Simply paying a bit more attention to these details can help you appear healthier, feel more self-assured, and ensure you're making a positive first impression. Comment "well-groomed" if you agree that personal grooming is key to looking youthful. 2. Communicating too loudly or interrupting conversations. A prevalent yet often unspoken issue associated with advancing years is an alteration in communication patterns. Many older individuals inadvertently begin speaking at a higher volume than they realize, sometimes interrupting conversations or dominating discussions without intending to. This often stems from gradual hearing impairment, which can make it difficult to accurately gauge one's own voice level. The sensitive aspect is that most people will refrain from pointing this out. It's often something they simply tolerate but definitely notice. Picture the experience of David, a spirited 76-year-old from Miami who cherishes socializing with his network of friends and family. Over the years, he gradually increased his speaking volume, occasionally interjecting mid-sentence without realizing it. His loved ones noticed this tendency, but hesitated to mention it for fear of causing embarrassment. However, during a family gathering, David observed that people seemed to subtly distance themselves when he spoke. This prompted him to realize that his voice had become considerably louder than he perceived. After undergoing a hearing evaluation and consciously striving to lower his voice, he observed a significant improvement. Conversations flowed more smoothly, and people appeared more at ease in his company. The reality is that hearing loss often develops gradually, and many individuals remain unaware of its impact on their speech. However, when someone frequently talks over others, interrupts, or raises their voice excessively, it can be perceived as overbearing or even disrespectful. Conversations should ideally be balanced exchanges, not a competition for speaking time. So, what can you do? Firstly, be attentive to how others react when you speak. If you notice people leaning back, lowering their own voices, or struggling to interject, it might be time to adjust your volume. If you suspect hearing loss, a simple hearing test can help you regain better control over your speech. Additionally, consciously making an effort to pause, listen attentively, and allow others to complete their thoughts can make conversations feel much more natural and engaging. Speaking at a moderate volume and fostering genuine back-and-forth discussion makes social interactions more enjoyable for everyone involved. And the best part, when you communicate with awareness and confidence, people will be more inclined to engage with you. Comment, active listener, if you believe effective communication is vital at any age. I believe you're enjoying this video. Before we continue, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this video. Comment wonderful if you're enjoying this video. 3. Wearing outdated or poorly fitting clothes. One of the easiest aspects to overlook as we age is our clothing choices. Many older adults tend to stick with the same outfits for years, often due to comfort, familiarity, or a shift in priorities regarding fashion. However, our clothes convey a message, whether we consciously intend it or not. Wearing faded, stretched out, or outdated garments can unintentionally make a person appear older and less put together, regardless of how vibrant they feel internally. Consider the example of Sandra, an 81-year-old from Los Angeles who had always taken pride in her sense of style. Over time, she gradually stopped paying attention to her wardrobe, relying on old, shapeless clothes that had lost their appeal. Her family and friends noticed this shift, but no one directly addressed it. Then, one day, she decided to try on a well-fitting blouse and a newer pair of trousers. The change was immediate and noticeable. People complimented her appearance. She felt more confident, and even her posture improved. She didn't need a complete wardrobe overhaul. Just a few well-chosen updates made a significant difference. The reality is that clothing significantly influences how others perceive you. Studies suggest that people associate well-fitted clothing with confidence and energy, while baggy, worn-out clothes can create an impression of sloppiness or disengagement. This doesn't mean you need to chase the latest trends, but a clean, structured, and intentional look can make you feel more vibrant and respected. So, what can you do? Start with small steps. A few carefully selected pieces, a crisp button-down shirt, properly fitted pants, or a stylish jacket can instantly refresh your appearance. Pay attention to colors that complement your complexion and fabrics that are comfortable yet maintain their shape. Even updating your shoes and accessories, such as a nice watch or belt, can make a difference. If you're unsure where to begin, seeking advice from a fashionable friend or a knowledgeable salesperson can help you choose options that feel right for you. The goal isn't to dress like someone else, but to wear clothes that fit well, look current, and make you feel confident. When you do, you won't just look better, you'll feel better, and others will certainly notice. Comment stylish aging, if you believe that dressing well contributes to a youthful appearance. 4. Complaining or criticizing excessively. One of the quickest ways to unintentionally alienate people is through constant complaining or criticism. It's easy to fall into a pattern of commenting on everything that seems wrong, whether it's related to modern technology, younger generations, aches and pains, or simply lamenting how things have changed over time. The problem is that even if these comments aren't meant to be overtly negative, they can drain the energy from a conversation. making people less enthusiastic about spending time with you. Take the case of Steven, a 72-year-old from Denver who enjoyed sharing his opinions. Initially, his comments were just casual observations about how things used to be better, how younger people have different work ethics, or how everything feels too fast-paced these days. However, over time, his family and friends started to interact with him less frequently. They still cared for him, but they found themselves avoiding lengthy conversations because they anticipated hearing a litany of complaints. One day, his granddaughter gently asked, "Grandpa, do you even enjoy anything anymore?" This question resonated deeply with him, and he realized he had inadvertently stopped focusing on the positive aspects of life. The truth is that negative energy is contagious. When we consistently express frustration, even in small doses, it affects the mood of those around us, making interactions feel burdensome. People naturally gravitate towards positivity. This doesn't mean you need to pretend everything is perfect, but balancing complaints with something positive, hopeful, or lighthearted can keep conversations enjoyable. So, what can you do? Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to how often you introduce complaints or criticisms into conversations. If you notice it happening frequently, consciously challenge yourself to shift the focus. Instead of saying, "Everything was better in my day," try saying, "Things were different in my day, and I'm curious to see how this new approach works." Instead of dwelling on what's wrong, actively look for something interesting or humorous in every situation. People enjoy being around those who make them feel good, inspired, or engaged in a meaningful way. The key is not to suppress your thoughts, but to create a balance between expressing concerns and showing appreciation. When you achieve this balance, people won't just enjoy talking to you more. They'll actively seek out your company because your presence will feel uplifting rather than draining. Comment positive vibes if you agree that maintaining a positive outlook is crucial for looking and feeling younger. 5. Ignoring posture and body language. One of the most subtle yet revealing indicators of aging is how you carry yourself. Over time, it's easy to develop habits like slouching, shuffling while walking, or maintaining a closed-off stance. The issue is that people not only hear what you say, but they also interpret your body language, and posture plays a significant role in this interpretation. A slumped posture, slow movements, or avoiding eye contact can make someone appear frail, disengaged, or lacking confidence, even if that's not how they feel internally. Consider the experience of Anne, an 82-year-old from Phoenix who had always been active. However, she noticed that people started offering her unsolicited assistance, even when she didn't require it. Strangers assumed she was more fragile than she actually was, and even family members treated her with extra caution. She couldn't understand why until she saw a photograph of herself standing with rounded shoulders, arms crossed, and a slightly hunched back. That's when she realized her body language was conveying the wrong message. After consciously focusing on standing up straighter, walking with more purpose, and maintaining eye contact, she noticed a significant shift in how people interacted with her. They treated her more as an equal and less as someone in need of constant help. The reality is that posture profoundly affects perception. Studies show that individuals with strong posture and open body language appear more confident, energetic, and even younger than those who don't. Slouching can make you look more tired, while standing tall signals strength and vitality. Even something as simple as keeping your hands visible instead of crossing your arms can enhance how engaging you appear in conversations. So, what can you do? Start with small adjustments. Pay attention to your posture when you sit, stand, or walk. A simple technique is to imagine a string gently pulling you up from the crown of your head, which naturally aligns your spine without feeling forced. When walking, lift your feet fully off the ground, avoiding the common habit of shuffling. In conversations, face people directly, maintain comfortable eye contact, and use small hand gestures to keep the interaction dynamic. The way you carry yourself significantly influences how people perceive you, whether they see you as lively and confident or distant and disengaged. By making these small adjustments, you can instantly appear more present, capable, and approachable without uttering a single word. Comment "stand tall" if you believe good posture makes a difference in how you're perceived. 6. Bad breath or body odor. One of the most uncomfortable topics for people to discuss. Yet one of the first things they notice is unpleasant breath or body odor. The truth is that as we age, our sense of smell can weaken, meaning we might not detect changes in our own scent. Certain medications, dietary choices, and even dehydration can contribute to this issue. However, most people will never directly mention it. Instead, they'll simply maintain their distance or find subtle ways to shorten conversations. Picture the situation of Joshua, a jovial 77-year-old from Dallas who was always the life of the party. He loved catching up with old friends, but he started noticing that people weren't standing as close to him as they used to. His neighbor, who previously enjoyed lengthy chats, now kept their conversations brief and distant. It wasn't until his son gently suggested he try a new mouthwash and increase his water intake that he realized what might be happening. A few simple changes, such as staying adequately hydrated, chewing sugar-free gum, and switching to a more effective deodorant, made a significant difference. Suddenly, people leaned in closer during conversations, interactions felt warmer, and he regained his confidence. The reality is that dry mouth is a major contributor to bad breath, and it becomes more common with age. When the mouth doesn't produce enough saliva, bacteria can multiply more rapidly, leading to persistent odors. Similarly, changes in diet, digestion, and metabolism can cause body odor to shift over time. Even something as simple as wearing the same clothes too many times before washing them can have an impact. So, what can you do? Stay proactive. Drinking plenty of water throughout the day helps prevent dry mouth, and chewing sugar-free gum or sucking on mints can stimulate saliva production. Using an alcohol-free mouthwash can keep breath fresh without further drying out the mouth. For body odor, wearing breathable fabrics, showering regularly, and rotating between different deodorants can help eliminate lingering smells. And don't forget that frequently washing clothes, bed sheets, and even hats or scarves can make a bigger difference than you might think. The key takeaway is that good hygiene is not just about feeling clean. It's about how others perceive your presence. A few small adjustments can ensure that when you enter a room, people are inclined to move closer rather than step away. Comment "fresh feeling" if you agree that good hygiene is essential for social interactions. 7. Avoiding social interaction and mental stimulation. A less obvious but equally impactful habit that can make you appear older is withdrawing from social interactions and neglecting mental stimulation. As we age, it can be tempting to become more isolated, perhaps due to retirement, loss of loved ones, or simply a preference for quiet. However, consistent social engagement and mental activity are vital for maintaining cognitive function and a youthful outlook. When individuals become socially withdrawn and cease to challenge their minds, they can sometimes appear less vibrant, less engaged with the world, and consequently, older. Consider the example of Mary, a 78-year-old from Boston who, after retiring, gradually reduced her social activities. She stopped attending her book club, rarely met up with friends, and spent most of her days alone at home, primarily watching television. While she enjoyed the peace and quiet initially, her family noticed a decline in her overall demeanor. She seemed less sharp, less interested in current events, and generally appeared older than her peers who remained socially active. It wasn't until her daughter encouraged her to rejoin her book club and take an online course that Mary began to regain her former spark. Engaging with others, discussing ideas, and learning new things revitalized her, and she appeared noticeably younger and more energetic. The reality is that our brains and our social connections thrive on stimulation. Social interaction provides opportunities for laughter, conversation, and a sense of belonging, all of which contribute to a positive and youthful mindset. Mental stimulation, whether through reading, puzzles, learning new skills, or engaging in hobbies, helps keep our minds sharp and agile. When we neglect these aspects of our lives, we risk appearing disengaged and older than we truly are. So, what can you do? Make a conscious effort to stay socially connected. Schedule regular meetups with friends and family. Join clubs or groups that align with your interests, or volunteer in your community. Seek out opportunities for mental stimulation. Read books, do crossword puzzles, learn a new language, take up a musical instrument, or explore new hobbies. Even simple activities like engaging in stimulating conversations or watching documentaries can make a difference. By actively nurturing your social connections and challenging your mind, you can maintain a youthful vibrancy and prevent the appearance of premature aging. Comment, stay connected, if you believe social and mental engagement are key to aging well. Now that we've explored these 7 often unnoticed yet significant habits, take a moment to reflect on your own routines and behaviors. The way we present ourselves, communicate, and engage with the world profoundly affects how others perceive us, whether we realize it or not. But the great news is that every single one of these habits is within our control. Small adjustments, like paying closer attention to personal grooming, being mindful of our communication style, updating our wardrobe, cultivating a more positive outlook, improving our posture, maintaining good hygiene, and actively engaging socially and mentally, can make a world of difference in how we feel and how others respond to us. Perhaps you've recognized 1 or 2 of these habits in yourself. That's perfectly normal. The important thing is not to feel discouraged, but to feel empowered to make positive changes. The fact that you've watched this video and are considering these insights means you care about maintaining your vitality, confidence, and engagement with the world around you. Aging doesn't mean losing your presence or influence. It means refining it. With a little conscious effort, you can continue to command respect, maintain strong social connections, and feel your absolute best at any age. Thank you for spending your time with us today. We'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and share which of these habits resonated with you the most or what steps you plan to take. Your thoughts are valuable to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments provides us with great motivation and encouragement. If you found this video informative and helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more insightful content, and share it with your friends and family who might also benefit from this information. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Before you go, be sure to check out some of our other interesting videos on the channel. You might find your next favorite piece of content right there. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Remember to subscribe, like, and share, and don't forget to explore other fascinating content on our channel before you leave.